It is? No.
Hi, everybody. This is Julie Blatt, Client Sales Manager. I'm here with Paula Burns, another Client Sales Manager. We're going to be co-presenting today, and we will be starting in just a few minutes. everyone. This is Julie Blatt, Client Sales Manager. I'm co-presenting today with Paula Burns. She is also a Client Sales Manager, and we have Brittany, who is one of our marketing associates with us today. I hope that everybody is in for a good time. We're going to show you quite a lot of stuff today. Not sure if everybody has used GoToWebinar before, so we're just put up this little screenshot so you can move this panel out of the way. So to minimize it, look for the red arrow, and if you have a question, type it there where it says type a question. We're going to answer as many questions as we can during the webinar, but if we don't get to them, your Client Sales Manager will get back to you after the session. This session will be recorded, and a copy of the slides that we are going to show you, as well as the recording, will be sent to you all within 24 hours, after the session ends.
Hi everyone, this is Paula. Before we dive into this, we do have a question for you. What are you currently using to accept donations? Could you please just type that answer in?
Oh.
Okay, good. We're getting a lot, and we see a lot of PayPal, Network for Good, Mobile Cause. Great. Who just said on there they still can't hear something? Can everybody hear us? If you just want to type in a yes, or if anybody can hear us, just type in, well, that can't be. That's not going to work. Brittany, if you just want to type if you can hear us.
Most people can hear us. That's good.
Thanks, Karen. Okay, so this one. Okay, well, what we're going to do is, if you could simplify your operations in one solution and go to all your processing needs, no longer need to manage any separate statements from Amex, merchant processors, PayPal, banks, or any other online donation tools. We can expand your fundraising possibilities to include auctions, peer-to-peer, e-commerce, ticketing, and much more. So you see your money in the bank within 2 business days. There is no holding. So if you make a donation or somebody does something on a Friday, it will be on there on Tuesday because it's 2 business days. If it's done on Tuesday, it will be in your bank on Thursday. Okay, so it's simple, it's integrated, and it's built for all the ways that everyone wants to fundraise. Because most of everybody that is a DonorPerfect client all have the same goals. We want to raise more money, and you'd like to do it with one single payment solution. So with this, everyone, we'd like you to subscribe to our DonorPerfect Payment Processing Services, which is now in-house.
So you want to check with your Client Sales Manager, Paula, myself, David, or Chad, which processing tools are actually included. As you can see at the slide, it says there are no surprise costs. There's no application fees, no monthly fee, no statement fees, no minimums, no surcharges. You only pay a low rate when you accept payments. And I noticed that a lot of you are using PayPal, if you use Stripe, if you Network for Good. So again, we're very upfront, no surprise costs. You can accept payments from all major credit cards, Visa, Mastercard, Discover, American Express, as well as do direct bank account debit, which is also known as e-check or sometimes known as ACH. Now, the one interesting thing about American Express is that it's included with the merchant account. Our merchant account is called SafeSave. We'll get into that, a little bit later as far as the fees. But American Express, I know whenever somebody hears American Express, lots of people roll their eyes because they, I always say they do their own thing, and they do. But the great thing about our payment services is that American Express is included with the SafeSave account, so you don't have to get a whole separate merchant account, which is fantastic.
Okay, just to let you know, this is one of my favorite stories from a client of mine who met a donor in a shop. They actually collected a donation while they were together right there on their website. The woman pulled up her cell phone and was able to do it. by the time that they got down the elevator, the client already had a thank you card waiting for her in her inbox. So that's a great thing. So it looks like everybody's on top of everything, and it just makes you look very punctual.
So as you guys are reading this, this quote from Tanya Hall, who is a vice president of La Promesa, one of our clients, there are multiple ways to accept payments or donations via the payment processing services. You can do it by the telephone. So somebody can call you and you can take their credit card over the phone. This is called InstaCharge. It's completely secure, just like all of the other processing, and it goes directly into your bank account. Of course, it minimizes data entry because you're simply adding the gift into DonorPerfect like you normally would, and then you're clicking on the InstaCharge link and capturing their credit card information. Now, the other great thing about InstaCharge is that with the credit card, you can store the credit card in DonorPerfect, encrypted, of course, secure, which you'll probably hear us say quite a bit. And so, if they call you later and want to make another payment over the phone, you can certainly do that. It's not visible. So the credit card information, like I said, is completely secure and stored. So you can't see the credit card information even if you save the credit card in DonorPerfect. It's perfect for one-time transactions or somebody kind of, forgetting something, they forgot to make a donation towards the end of the year.
Okay, so for the bad news, on average, 6 out of 10 of your donors who gave you last year will not be giving again this year.
But the good news is that clients who use DonorPerfect's recurring gift processing, also known as monthly giving, have a 90% retention rate. Yes, that is 90%, 90. So in addition to the one-time via InstaCharge, DonorPerfect's monthly giving is an extremely efficient way to accept pre-authorized pledges, or monthly gifts, membership renewals directly from within DonorPerfect. Pre-authorized payments can be processed on any schedule you choose. It's kind of like the set it and forget it, the old, rotisserie chicken commercial. Of course, big on safety. There is, the information, you're not going to see it in DonorPerfect. I know I said that before. I'm going to say it again, that the credit card information is stored. It's completely secure, PCI compliant, and, again, you're not going to see it. Now, we'll talk a little bit later about something called the Account Updater service that updates expired credit cards, because you're probably wondering, okay, well, if I do recurring giving and if I have the, if I use the automatic giving, what happens if the credit card's expired? Well, there's a new Account Updater service that is going to capture the credit card, a new credit card for you, so it makes it really easy for you.
Okay, one of my favorite things here is our online forms. For older clients, it used to be called WebLink, what we're called online forms, and now Online Forms Plus. So with this, you can also collect gifts in person, over the phone, one-time donations, recurring gifts. You can do it through your mobile device now. You can do it on iPads. Every form is mobile ready, and it works on everything, which is lovely right now. So you can use it for auctions, peer-to-peer, e-commerce, ticketing, anything you can pretty much think of. We also have a lot. We're just showing you these pictures because not only are these forms integrated, so it saves you less, saves you time. It is less human error, which we have big problems with because we rush so much. So again, you're accepting recurring gifts. There's no donor login. You have 25 pre-designed templates, and all of these are unlimited. So you could have 10 of the same forms if you want for a donation for each event you're having, an event form for everything you're having. Each one of these also come with, and I'll show you, I'm going to do a little demo on it, is you can pick recurring or one donation at a time. So we're going to go through and break everything down for you. Okay, on this one, we now have our crowdfunding. So again, like I said, the online forms, crowdfunding is my new favorite thing in DonorPerfect. I love this. I did it myself. On here, you can actually have people fundraise for you. So if you have a school or some kind of function and you want kids to raise money, there's no more going door to door. They don't have to ask people to sell things. You can actually create your own page, and we'll show you this a little more, but you can have them send it to their kids in elementary school. The parents can help them put it on Facebook. They can send it in emails. You can put it on a link. You can just do it to family. So it's great. It's easy. It's fast. You track everything. Again, this is an added module. It's $49 per month, and there is a 1-year commitment. The only thing with this is it's your online forms plus this is a bonus with it, crowdfunding now. Online forms plus means that you can add fields to the regular standard forms. Okay, we're going to go into Coral Acres. Where's my? Okay,
now we're going to go to the Coral Acres site, and this is our test site, so to speak. You know, it's our demo site that we play around with, and so Paula's going to show you a little bit about what we do and how our Coral Acres site works, and you guys can go to this and kind of play with it and check it out yourself. So,
and again, we're going to show you, you know, ask your client sales manager. We can send you the links to all this stuff. It's great. Like Julie just mentioned, when you go in here, you're going to do the same thing that we're doing right now. So you can do this, see the end results of it, see how fast it is. You can also share it at board meetings and with anyone else who wants to try it. So where it says Coral Acres up here, as Julie said, this is our demo site. So this will actually be your site. So it'll be your name, your organization, where it has disclaimer and all of that. It will be your mission statement. Can you move that? No. Thank you. So you're going to move up to, you'll see on there when you're doing it, it says a credit card number. You're going to copy and paste that credit card number. We'll go ahead back up to the top, please. When you're doing this, you're going to fill it out. I always tell people, go ahead and hit other, do a few $1,000s, $10,000. It's not our money. It's just a demo. So you can make somebody happy. Right now, we're doing 500, so you can go ahead in and click that. You see a type of donation on here. It says one-time donation, which they can hit that. Can you hit recurring, please? If you hit recurring, notice that when you, hold on one sec, when you're seeing it, it becomes a frequency. So you can hit it and it'll say monthly, annually, or quarterly. I suggest to use 1 or 2, but you can do whatever you want on there. Again, we're going to take that back off for the demo and go to one-time donation. Right underneath of it, you also see it says, I'd like to dedicate this donation. If you could check that box, you'll see again, when we're going down, it actually says it's a tribute. So when you hit the tribute, it says in memory of and in honor of. So if it's a school, there's a teacher of the year, they could do in honor of her. If somebody passes away, they can do a tribute. You can do whatever you want on here, but it's great. If you scroll down some, you'll see at the bottom, there's emails. You can fill this information out. And when you do that, they'll get an email saying a donation was made in their name. Let's go uncheck that part. We're not going to fill it in. Okay, so we're moving up to this one. We're going to uncheck it. And again, your client sales manager can also walk you through this if you have any questions when you're doing your own demo. When you get to the contact information, go ahead and fill it in. So right now, again, this is a demo. With the demo, you can see today I'm being Goldilocks. You have to fill in, of course, where the red asterisks are. In the demo, you can get away with this. Make sure your email, if you see my email is pburns@donorperfect.com. That's the only one thing you want to make sure it's correct here, so you can see the 2 emails the email that will come to you with a thank you letter. Everything else will go. If clients try and put in the wrong information, since it's hooked to Google, it will tell them they need to go back and correct it, that the information is not correct. So that's not a problem. When you're moving down some, you're going to see it says help cover costs. We put this on here after doing a few years worth of surveys. You're always going to have one person who reaches out and says, I can't believe you're asking me to pay for the processing fee. Ma'am, we're really sorry. We appreciate everything you give us. It doesn't make a difference. This is just because we did surveys and so many people requested to pay for it, so their actual donation goes to the cause at hand. They can say yes or no, and really 99% of the time, the people who ended up calling ended up going back and doing yes because they feel silly for calling now. But again, we're giving them the response and everything that you need.
And the other thing is that if you don't want to have the help cover cost section on your form or any form, you don't have to have it on there. We put it on because, like Paula said, the majority of donors, they're giving to a nonprofit, they're going to pay those fees. But if you as an organization do not even want that section on there, not a problem. You can certainly just hide it when you're setting up, your form and you're editing your specific template. And that's for all of our templates. Paula's just showing you the donation template. It's the same thing on the event registration, purchasing a ticket, even, membership renewal. If you can hide it or not have it on any of the templates that we offer.
Again, just while Julie's mentioning on that, again, with the standard forms is what comes with most of our plans. And again, please make sure you check with your client sales manager to make sure that WebLink is included or the online forms is included with your current plans. We'll be able to tell you very simply just by looking. So if we want to move back to here right now, we're going to go up to the credit card information. Okay, so we have our Goldilocks. Brittany already did this. It usually will say Visa, MasterCard, and Discover on there. American Express, as Julie was saying, some people are funny about that. It's not put on, but the reason that it only says Visa is because the credit card number is a Visa. If it was a MasterCard, it would take the other three away and make that. In our knowledge base, where everyone should be quite aware of, it's like our DonorPerfect Bible, we'll give you instructions. It takes like 2 seconds to add the American Express logo if you want to. I'm a big fan of leaving it because with our new processing, you're not charged if you're not using it. So it's a good thing to have. If you have corporate donors, a lot of them like to pay with American Express. Okay, so that's a good thing. Expiration date, you'll see the directions at the top again with any future date, and our security code was just simply 123. So when that's all entered, you can go down to the billing. And there's a button here, the red button. It says same as above, or you can uncheck it. And when you uncheck it, it just goes to you can fill in anything you want. A good thing with this is there's a lot of divorced people out there now. They like to have, if the husband's doing it, if the wife's doing it, if it's for school. One of my favorite things is for the snowbirds. You're going to get addresses for where they are in the winter along with where they are in the summer, so you can still ask for money no matter where they are. Again, corporations. If somebody's donating from a corporation, they'd like to put their corporate address in there so everything gets sent there, which also makes it easier, which Julie's going to hit on a little bit later about matching gifts. Okay, so we're going to hit next here. And when you hit it again, please remember where it says Coral Acres, it will say your organization's name. So your receipt will not say PayPal, Amazon, or any other thing. It will have your organization, which is great for taxes and great for your accountants. So if you want to scroll, you can see that the information is there. It's pre-populated. If everything's correct, it'll tell us here, that we did the donation and we did a help cover cost on this one, so it's $510. When you're doing your donations in the background, if you want to do the help cover cost, we say only do 3%. We don't want to rip anybody off. You just want to cover the fees. Okay, and we'll go over the fees with you in a little bit. So go ahead and submit your payment. And if everybody noticed on the top of the form, you saw the cat and the dog. So that's still there. So do we have one of the receipts? Sent to your email. Sure. Okay, well, we don't have the copy of the receipt, but when you do it, you're going to see, and again, your sales manager can show you, you'll get a receipt to your email, and it's going to be a different picture, which I tell everybody to do, because now the cat and dog are laying together in the picture of your thank you note, so they're happy because we just helped them out.
So when you guys do this on your own, you'll see that when you can play with this on your own. And every single thank you email that is sent is customizable. So again, this is just a donation form, but if you choose to use the online forms with other forms, every single receipt thank you email is customizable. So obviously it's going to be different for the donation one versus purchasing tickets, etc. So everyone is going to be customizable.
Meaning with the standard forms, you can change your font, you can change your color, you can change the verbiage that's already there. But you cannot add fields. To add the fields, you have two choices. You can reach out to the online forms team and they will give you a cost for what it would, to make the changes for you, or you can upgrade if you're going to do a whole bunch of forms and you want everything to be totally customized, then it's $49 a month. But again, if you're doing crowdfunding, it's definitely worth it to upgrade. And again, it's another thing, just reach out to your sales rep.
So the other question, there may be a question about how does the cover costs show in DonorPerfect? And the answer is it shows separately as two separate lines. So it's going to show one transaction as $500, and it's going to show the other transaction as the $10. So you'll know, which was the, which is which.
Also, one more thing, when you went back to that receipt, if you saw the receipt there, you don't necessarily, when it said print it, you don't have to print it. You can save it to your computer and put it in a file so you have all your receipts ready to send to your accountant.
Okay, so moving away from our Coral Acres demo site, again, it's really, you'll be able to see it when we send you the slides. You can go and play with it yourself. We offer monthly giving starter and marketing kits. And our monthly giving starter kit and monthly giving marketing kit, God, that's a mouthful, will help you kick off your program and make it grow. So the monthly giving program is our free monthly giving kit that serves as an essential guide to getting your program up and running. The how to market it, again, is how to gain and retain monthly donors with our free monthly giving marketing kit. And you will receive a copy of this within 24 hours, as when we send out the copy of the slides and a copy of the recording.
Okay, earlier Julie spoke about the account updater. This is great because, as it says here, it saves time, it eliminates the need to manually track and update expired cards, which means with this, you no longer have to have one employee, two employees going through the system, looking for phone numbers, trying to mail people, trying to reach out to them and say, hey, your credit card has expired. At this point, that also gives them the option of saying we no longer want to give the donation. So here, it's only 99 cents. For all new processing clients, it's automatically put onto it, and it will update if it is available. So I know American Express is not doing it yet, but they are coming soon. But if it is available, then it'll be charged 99 cents, and if it updates it, and you just continue to go like nothing ever happened. So that is a great feature that is newly added. If you have an older account and you're processing with us already, all you have to do is reach out to one of your sales rep. We can give you a application and you sign up. It takes 5 seconds.
So, of course, we always, want to make things easier. And, this day and age in technology, everybody's got a phone and they're always attached to their phone. So why not make it easy to accept a donation over the, while you're out and about? Let's say, you're having dinner or talking to somebody and about your mission, you're on the train and you want to talk to somebody and they're so inclined and you've given them such an amazing story about your organization, they just want to give you a donation right then and there. Well, you can use DonorPerfect Mobile. So hopefully you all have a smartphone and you have the DonorPerfect Mobile App downloaded on your phone. So there's a DonorPerfect Mobile App, but inside the DonorPerfect Mobile App, there's basically the ability to accept a donation. It instantly processes the mobile payment, whether it's, a donation, like I said, whether you're selling a t-shirt or a mug, whether somebody's buying a ticket, it doesn't matter. So we call it DP Mobile, automatically emails a receipt to the donor and updates their record in DonorPerfect in real time. So whether you're swiping the card, you see that little swipe device at the bottom, people, sometimes refer to it as like the little square device. Now, the one thing I have to mention is at this point, the square device only works with Apple. I know, sorry, Android people, I'm an Apple person, Paul is an Android person. It only works with iOS devices, so Apple products. We are trying to find one that works with iOS, but it's just a little bit more difficult, but we're working on it.
But we also do have a new feature coming out, and you can reach out to your sales account manager that you can actually take pictures with your Android phone to accept the payments too.
So when you process, whether you swipe the card or whether you type it in, it's going to look for my name. So if Julie Black is already in the database, it's going to show you all the Julie Blacks in the database, and then you just choose the right Julie Black, and it's going to add the gift to my record. Of course, there are defaults that you can set, general ledger code, solicitation code, thank you letter, and again, it's real-time processing. and we are going to play a short video for you so you can see it. It's about 2 minutes, so enjoy the video.
Want access to DonorPerfect online while on the go? Do it with DonorPerfect. Insert a photo of your constituent and view the collection for a more personal connection. DonorPerfect Mobile's newest feature allows you to enter encrypted and secure donor payments right from your device. Manually type in the donor's card information or purchase a DP mobile card reader attached to your phone and swipe the payment. Simply enter the gift amount and have them sign. DonorPerfect Mobile takes care of the rest. It will immediately email a receipt and the donor's record is updated in DonorPerfect online in real time. If this is a new donor, DonorPerfect Mobile guides you through the process to add them. Want to review your fundraising activity? It's easy to view a record of the mobile payments you processed using a custom time frame, all from the palm of your hand. DonorPerfect Mobile is easy to install. Simply go to your device's app store and download the free app. Log in with your DonorPerfect online credentials and you're ready to go. Unlike other mobile apps out there, DonorPerfect Mobile can be accessed by all of your employees with the DonorPerfect online login while retaining the same employee restrictions. Best of all, it is completely synced with your main system through our safe, secure gateway, so you can feel confident your information is secure. At DonorPerfect, we know your time is valuable, and we're working hard so you don't have to. In this fast-paced world, DonorPerfect Mobile puts you ahead of the competition and in front of your donors quickly, providing you with all the tools necessary for a successful campaign.
So hopefully you guys could hear that. We got a couple chats that you couldn't hear. So hopefully you could hear the video, but if you can't, when you get the presentation, you'll be able to play it. So there was a question about how much is the reader, which is a great question. Each reader or swipe device is $99, and there's a link that we can send you on purchasing the reader. Let's just go back to the questions. We just want to review the questions real quick, make sure we didn't miss anything. Okay, we'll get to those. We'll get to those in a second. Oh, wait, you're there. Okay, hang on 1 second. All right, so the sound. Okay, ready to go back up a little bit. Okay. There's a question about, do they all have to be done manually? I'm assuming you're asking about the entering of on the mobile device. So no, you can either do it via the card reader or you can enter it manually. And the manuals, you know, they're $99 each. Okay. I think you already answered the one about matching. Okay, so go ahead, next slide. So Paula alluded to earlier that, you know, there are a number of things that you can do to add to your online forms. And it's something called double the donation, which is matching gifts. So my opinion is, you know, when you don't have the opportunity to ask somebody if their employer is, you know, participates in a matching gift program, you're really losing out on money. So a matching gift is free money to you guys. You know, so all you have to do is subscribe to Double the Donation, and Double the Donation allows you to empower your to empower your donors to see if their employer participates in a matching gift program. So you simply are going to add the double the donation widget to your confirmation page on your online form. You simply type in the company name, and if our company name is software is there, it gives you exact directions and specifics on how to obtain that matching gift. So it's really affordable. It's a great product. I always say to people, you really try it for at least a year. It's great. There's also something else called DP Check Scan. A DP Check Scan is designed to eliminate the administrative efforts of manual check processing. So this is a little bit different. This is literally checks that you're receiving in the mail. So forget about the online payments, forget about the mobile payments. These are physical, good old-fashioned checks, which people still do these days. So it's meant to lessen the cost of basically a lockbox to help you manage the gifts and the checks that you're receiving. So no matter how you handle checks, whether you do a lockbox or not, DP Check Scan can help you and save you valuable time. Now, if your organization processes over 5,000 checks per year, DP Check Scan pays for itself. If it's something that you're interested in, again, it's really meant more for if you're processing 5,000 checks, physical checks per year, it's worth it. So if it's something that you're interested in, reach out to your client sales manager, and we'll be happy to provide pricing for you in more detail.
Okay, so all along we've been talking about our credit card. So on here we do have the fees. There is no application or setup any longer. Our per transaction fees are 0.30. The monthly account fee is $10. No, what is that?
Yeah,
that's not even, okay. We're not sure what this is, so we apologize for that because there is no fees on here. If you're older account, then there would be a $10 monthly fee, but for people who are signing up now, it is no hidden fees, no anything. If you're not using the processing, you are not paying for the processing. So it's great for camps or schools. If schools are closed in the summer, you don't have to cancel anything. You just continue it and just pick up where you left off. So our pricing for Visa, Mastercard, and Discover is 2.89%, 30 cents per transaction. American Express is a little higher, but as we mentioned, it is good for corporations and people who like their points on American Express. We do have eCheck, and you can see everything. Again, we will send you the same information, but the correct form. So we apologize for that.
So on the note of, the 2.89 and the 30 cents or the 3.39, you're probably all wondering, okay, well, how do I receive the actual money? So if somebody's donating $100, that $100 is going into your bank account. The fees, the per transaction and the percentage are deducted at the beginning of the following month. So if somebody processes something in July, they, you're going to see that full $100 in your July bank statement, really within 2 business days of after it settles. And the fees are going to be deducted in a lump sum the first business day of the following month. So again, if, the donation is made in July, and you've got, let's say you have 50 donations made in July. Well, the lump sum of those fees are going to be deducted the first business day of August. So it's a little bit easier for everybody to reconcile. So 3 ways you can reduce costs with DonorPerfect Payment Services. Cut acquisition costs with monthly giving. We already talked about that. Save on postage and mailing materials, because again, everything is electronic and digital these days. So no more postage and mailing, mailing out materials. And the donor covered costs that, that we've been talking about. If you want to have it on your form, great. If you don't want to have it, that's okay too. It's interesting, a study showed that automatic recurring transactions approve at 90% for DonorPerfect clients. We've mentioned that, that 90% before. Whereas a non-automated renewal, on average, the renewal rate is 30 to 40%. That's a huge difference, huge difference. Of course, with automated, with monthly giving, you're going to save time and energy. And, it really makes it much easier for you guys. Passing the processing charges, which the donor covers cost, is also going to save you money if you're comfortable with that. And then offering an e-check option or ACH or, bank draft, there's so many different ways that, you can say it. That is not as common as it used to be, but, because you can use your debit card as a credit card, but we certainly, offer that, and that makes it easier for you as well. So, how do we get started? Well, it's easy. We have already, I know we sound like broken records that, there's no application fee, no monthly fee, simple, straightforward, pricing, and it's really very simple to get started. All we have to do is send you the Safe Save merchant account link for you to enroll. It'll just take you a few minutes. You have to provide some information, including the bank account, and then our team will guide you through your first transactions. We also offer a bi-weekly training webinar that will help you get started with the templates and editing your templates, and help you get started with the processing. And of course, the support team, which I'm sure that everybody subscribes to, is happy to answer any questions and guide you through it. So what's next? You can email or call your client sales manager. There's our information. That's me, Julie, up in the left-hand corner, Paula, David, and Chad. And I'm sure that you all know who your client sales managers are. Again, we'll provide you with the enrollment form. And as we said before, we're going to send you a link to the presentation slides as well as the recorded video or the recorded, session.
For some reason, if you do not know who your account manager is, you can feel free to email me at pburns@donorperfect.com with your account name, and I will be happy, or your client ID, and I'll be happy to let you know who it is.
Okay, so now we're just going to check for questions. Maybe not. Okay. Sorry, we're trying to maximize the window. It's very tiny writing. Okay, so
can you just type real fast? Were you able to hear any of the video, or no? Was anybody able to hear it?
So as you're doing that, I'm going to go through some of the questions. Yes, there is a cost for double the donation. A one-year subscription is $449, and a two-year subscription is $799. And you can put the widget on at the bottom of your online form. You can also place it directly onto your website. There was another question, what's the advantage of using DP Check Scan? Well, so DP Check Scan is different than an actual scanner that goes to your bank. So it's not necessarily taking a picture of the check and sending it as a deposit. It's doing a little bit more because it's integrated with DonorPerfect. So it's taking a picture of the check and it's entering the data into DonorPerfect.
Kim, yes, it is the same for everything. Because, hold on, say so. About keying in the sales or for swipe 2. There is no additional charges when you swipe the card or use the mobile app. So it is all the same. Right, so again, we're just reading down to see what we didn't answer yet.
Yes, the donation page can reside on any website. So the donation page or any of the pages, the online forms, it's essentially a link that you are placing on your website. So lots of times clients have donate now or just a donate button on the website. You're going to place the link behind that page, and it can be on any page. It can even be on the bottom, of your email. So, place it as many places as you'd like. You can also embed the form onto your website, and there are directions in the knowledge base to do that. We're going to look at.
Thank you, David. He said he heard 1/3 of the video. We can send that. That'll be included anyway, so you'll see it when you get the transcript.
So regarding the online forms, I know we showed you just the donation form, but again, there are many different templates, and you can check those out when you look at the Coral Acres link. So there's a question by Barbara. If you wanted multiple board members to have the mobile app, would they each need their own login? Yes, Barbara, it is very important that anybody logging into DonorPerfect has their own unique ID and password for DonorPerfect. So as long as they have their own, unique ID and password, anybody can have DonorPerfect Mobile on their phones and able to, to access DonorPerfect Mobile as well as process a donation. The cost, Carrie asked, the cost for DP check scan really depends on the number of checks, physical checks that you process per year. So Carrie, just reach out to your client sales manager and we'll be able to, to quote that for you. So Crystal asked, on the tribute section of the online gift, can we add an area for the donor to include a message to the tribute? That's a good question, Carrie. Crystal, we'll have your client sales manager look into that, because it's a notification. It's really alerting you, the organization, who the notification should go to. So that's a good question. We'll have somebody look into that for you. So again, Virginia asked, if the donor pays costs, how do we know which one pays? You'll see it in DonorPerfect, Virginia. You'll see it as separate transactions, and you'll see it in the Review and Acceptance Center, which is where the donations go. That the donation, was an odd number, so it was $510 or $103, depending on the actual percentage. You'll be able to easily know, who paid the coverage cost and who didn't pay the coverage cost.
Okay, Kathleen asked, can we add custom fields to a donation form? Custom fields is the two that I mentioned. You can reach out and you can actually have one of our team members do the form for you for a cost to add the fields, or you can upgrade to the Online Forms Plus, which is $49 a month with a 1-year commitment. So do all donations given through online forms match automatically? That's a great question. Jennifer asked about essentially the matching formula, the matching criteria when somebody fills out an online, a donation via an online form. So as you all may or may not know, there is a matching criteria, a matching formula within DonorPerfect. So if I'm Julie Blatt at 132 Welsh Road, there are settings and a matching criteria within the program that allows it to find the matching criteria. So yes, if it finds a match, it will add the data to my record. If it doesn't find a match, then it will create a brand new record. So Carrie asked, is double the donation the same as the matching gift program? Yes, matching gifts and double the donation. It's essentially double the donation is the company that we partner with for your donors to identify if there is a matching gift. Okay, Robin asked, she came in late, is there a fee for the online forms? You would have to reach out to your account rep and we will tell you if it's included with yours or if there is a fee to add it on. So Amanda asked, is the ticketing piece, no, it's not necessarily a separate product, Amanda. There are different templates, as we mentioned, online forms, tickets, event registrations. So just take a look at, look at the online forms. Let's see, we're just kind of scrolling through the questions. So we're getting a couple questions about, adding custom fields to forms. Paula, has reviewed it that, it's either Online Forms Plus, which is $588 per year or $49 a month with a 1-year commitment, same thing, or you can have our team add fields to the templates for you as, at a one-time fee. Preview online forms. So, Amanda, I'm assuming that you're asking, you can look at the templates, and if the easy way to discover if you need Online Forms Plus or not is by looking at the templates. Are they okay? Does it have enough for you? Are those the fields that you want? If the answer is no, you want to be able to add, how did you hear about us? Do you want to be on our mailing list? Do you want to be contacted? Things of that nature. That's either going to be upgrading to Online Forms Plus or having our team add those fields for you. So that's an easy way to determine if you need Online Forms, Plus or not.
Any other questions?
One thing we do want to mention is when you're on your site and you're doing your donate button, please make sure that you make it visibly on the top. You want it to show. You don't want people, unfortunately, humans are lazy. We don't like to, we give with our hearts and we give with our wallets. We'll check afterward to see where we spend our money. But if your donation form is on the very bottom and you have to read all of this information, nobody's going to want to do it, and you don't even realize, but you're losing donations. So you want to keep it up. If you have it on the top, and again, when you see Coral Acres, you'll see on there, there's actually two donate buttons. There's one on the top, it just say everything's in black, that one's in red where it says donate. The middle one is just front and center. When you hover over it, it'll say the same thing. Again, you want to make it visibly appearing very attractive. You just want it to be bright. If you have a black website, make it yellow, make it lime green. You don't want to blend it in with your website. You want it to stand out.
A couple other questions have come in. The cost for our team to add the custom fields is going to start at $150. Yes, somebody asked, do you need to have online forms plus to utilize crowdfunding? Yes, online forms plus not only gives you the ability to add fields to the templates, but that also gives you the ability to have the DonorPerfect crowdfunding. All right, I think we'll give it 1 or 2 more minutes to see if anybody has any other questions. So we'll kind of hang out for a minute or two, but thank you all so much for joining us. We hope this was informative. She said, is there a transfer fee for moving over a large number of recurring credit cards? That's a great question. So some of you may be using other providers like we saw, PayPal, Stripe, et cetera. We do offer a service where we can take your encrypted credit cards, the accounts that you've already saved, and bring them over to our gateway. So Jennifer, again, reach out to your client sales manager and they can certainly talk to you if that's cost effective. Depending on how many you have, it may not be cost effective and it may be just as easy for you to kind of reach out to your constituents and your donors and say, hey, we're changing things. Would you mind filling out another form for me? Again, if we didn't get to your question, your client account manager will follow up with you and answer it. So the questions are coming in, kind of fast. So it's tough to get to everybody. David asked a question about the difference between online forms and online forms plus. All of the templates that are visible, those are just online forms standard. The biggest difference between online forms standard or online forms plus is that whatever you see with the templates, that's what everybody has access to. If you need to add a field, then that is going to be online forms plus.
Kayla, the answer is if you do not know who your account manager is, yes, you can email me the name of your organization and your client ID, and I'll be happy to inform you who it is.
There's also a way that you can, on our website to find your client's account manager too. So Bob had asked a question about depositing contributions into multiple bank accounts. Yes, that's certainly possible. So if you are, a nonprofit and you need funds to be deposited into different bank accounts, yes, that is possible. You would need to set up multiple merchant accounts though. And then on each form, if you have a donation form A, then you would assign the merchant account on donation form A, and then the separate merchant account on donation form B.
But you cannot, Bob, have it split on one form to go to different bank accounts. That we cannot do.
And the other thing is that only one merchant account will be attached to DonorPerfect. So as far as the monthly giving, and as far as the instant charge that we had mentioned before, as well as DP Mobile, you could only have one bank account. So you'd need to designate one primary bank account. All right, it looks like that is the end of the questions. Again, if you have any other specific questions that we have not answered, reach out to your client account manager, and we'll be happy to answer them for you. Thank you all for joining us, and have a great day.
Thank you.